How we doing tonight? I am trying to get YouTube to cooperate with me at the moment, so give me a second. It is not wanting to let me get in here to view chat. It's acting really, really stupid right now, so just just hang on for a second, please, while I see if I can figure out why it's acting so dumb. Yeah, okay, and it's still doing it. So, just hang on there for a minute, please, while I try to go back in. Let me try to get in, go out, come back in, see if it will cooperate. I'm assuming I'm streaming okay on your side, but as you know, I like to be able to see it on the iPad, not only so I can see your chat, but also to make sure that we're live streaming without any issues. And at the moment, it just keeps giving me an error message. So why? I don't know. Huh. And of course, there's no way for me to ask you guys if you could see it. I can ask you, but I can't see your answers. I don't understand what it is doing right now. But I'm finding this to be very challenging at the moment. What in the world? Okay. I have no idea why it is not working. Right at the moment, guys, I can't see chat. So I guess just hang tight there for another minute. Let me try a plan B here and see if it will work. If I go to another version of it, let's see if I can get it to work there. It's always something, isn't it? YouTube is always acting stupid. While I'm waiting for this other version to load to see if it's going to work, what we're looking at right now, guys, is a little information that we're going to go over before we get started tonight. So the first thing you see there, of course, is just a note letting you know that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So what that means to you is that you don't ever have to wait on me. So as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. Yeah, it won't load on the mobile version either. What is the deal? And of course, the other thing there is a note to say thank you, everyone, for bidding and breaking and hanging out and chatting with me and all that. Of course, right now you can't chat with me because I can't even get the stupid channel to load at all on any version of YouTube for some reason. And what you see right there, guys, is a note letting you, no, we've already done that. We're looking at upcoming breaks. I'm multitasking and I'm not doing it well, am I? So our upcoming breaks, this is the stuff that is already up and listed on eBay. It's up and available to view right now and available for bidding and all such as that. And this is just not working tonight. I have no idea what the problem is here. So tomorrow night, of course, is a new release night. We're going to start early. It will be a 9:30 p.m. start time tomorrow night on Wednesday, and it is a new release day. So we're going to have 5-star baseball, immaculate basketball, and a 16-box master case of Phoenix football, all coming out tomorrow, Wednesday night, the 17th. We're going to break it all Wednesday night, the 17th. On Thursday, we're going to open a case of 5-star baseball, a case of immaculate basketball, and some more impeccable football. Friday, we'll find us with a half case of Leaf autograph mini football helmets. That's the back half of a case we started the other day. And then we will also be opening some Phoenix football again in another 16-box master case. Saturday night's going to be an off night. No breaking on Saturday night. And pardon me, on Sunday we'll do an autographed baseball jersey, another case of Archive Signature Series Retired Edition, and some more gold label baseball. As of right now, guys, I still cannot see the channel. I still cannot see chat. YouTube is not at all cooperating with me, so I'm trying to completely reboot the iPad right now. I'm just turning the iPad off all the way back on, then we'll try to log out back into YouTube, and hopefully, maybe by then I can see chat. I don't know. What you're looking at right here, this is some anticipated shipping dates for what we're breaking tonight. We have one thing that is a free shipping break. That, of course, is our Upper Deck Premier, our 2-box break of 2007 Upper Deck Premier. And as many of you know, we do have usually a 6 or 7 day projected shipping date anytime it is a free shipping break. So I'm kind of sticking to that schedule. I'm projecting it to get out the door on or about Monday. Then our paid shipping breaks tonight, that would be Impeccable and Gold Label and Chrome. Those are paid, of course, shipping anticipated to be Saturday. And as always, that can be, plus or minus a day there. Obviously, if we were plus a day, that would throw us into Monday. But if we are, minus a day, it would be Friday. But most likely Saturday is going to be where we land on that. In any of the breaks tonight, if it happens that you do not hit, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. And basically, I have a big box of those, right? A box of them for each team. And so I just reach in there and kind of grab one out for your team if you're due one. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. If you're in a paid shipping break and you're due consolation cards, they're going to go out with the rest of the break. If you're in one of the free shipping breaks and you're due a consolation card, that I usually hang on to until the next time you have a package shipping. But if you want it sooner than that, hey, that's no problem. You just send me a message, let me know, and I will gladly get that on the way to you a little bit ahead of time, So that's how that works. First up tonight, couple of boxes of 2007 Upper Deck Premier Football. Apparently not a very popular break tonight because look at all those unsold teams. We've broken this several times. I've never had that many unsold teams. That's crazy. But anyway, as you see there, about a third of our teams are noted as no bids buyback. And what that means is simply it is an unloved, unwanted orphan team. Nobody gave it a forever home. So it is going to stay with me if anything comes out for one of those teams. Otherwise, going to go out the door to one of you. Now, if you'll give me one moment before we actually break this, the iPad has just managed to get itself rebooted. So let me get logged back into YouTube here, and I'm going to see if that has resolved our issue, and maybe I can see chat. So please bear with me a moment. Mainly because you know what? I don't have the password memorized. Yeah, I know that I should, but I stay logged in, so I don't have it memorized. And I got to try to find it here. So it's just one of those nights, isn't it? Like, who would have expected that our night was going to be that YouTube would not allow me to log into my own channel? Like that one, that's a new one. That one doesn't usually happen. But we're making progress, so sorry for the slow start, guys. It's been really kind of one of those months, hasn't it? Meanwhile, we do have unpaid teams tonight. If you happen to be one of those people that have not paid for your team yet, please pay for your team. I mean, come on, guys. If you bid on it, pay for it. It's not that hard. And, of course, when we get started, if some stuff still sets unpaid, then we might end up reselling that. Right now, of course, I'm still trying to get myself logged back in here to freaking YouTube. That's how I feel about YouTube right now. They are deserving of a curse word or two. All right, what's the rest of this? And now let's see if it's going to let me in here now. Good grief. I've really never had it do this before. This is a completely... Yeah, still won't let me in. Will not let me into the channel, my own channel, at all. Strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm continuing to try here, guys. But the problem is I don't know if you can see this either. I have no idea if all of YouTube is down and no one can see it, or if it is just something that's happening on my side, which is why I'm hesitant to continue onward, since I can't seem to get that figured out. Trying one final time here. I've logged out and logged back in again. Yeah, will not let me in there. Guys, I don't know if you can see this or if you can't see it. I can't see chat at all. So, I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I carry on with the break or if I don't. I guess we do. I guess we just go onward. And for the moment, guys, I'm sorry I can't see chat. I'll continue to try to get it to load, but it will not do it. It just keeps giving me an error message every time I try to do anything, and I really have no idea why. So, but nonetheless, we are doing a local recording here, so... but that does mean if our unpaid teams remain unpaid, it does mean that we would not be able to resell them if the channel will not come up and load. But I don't really know what else to do. I've logged in and out of YouTube multiple times now. I've logged, you know, taken the iPad down and back up. I've tried the mobile version. I've tried the desktop version. It's not working for some reason. Get a few sleeves out here, and let's see where we end up after that. Okay, so first out is Dominic Rhodes, numbered to 225. That is for the Raiders. Next, we have an autograph to 225. That is Okoye. You know I can't say his name right. You just really know that I'm not going to. That's the Texans. Next up, we have an Eli Manning for the Giants. Wow, that's nice. And I forgot to change the focus. I just realized. Yeah, definitely one of those nights. I got all sidetracked with the fact that I can't see chat and I can't get the channel to load, and then I forgot to fix the focus. And so that's fun, isn't it? It's a fun evening. It's like a Monday on a Tuesday. So let's look at those again. That one, of course, was the Raiders. I feel like we're still not quite where we need to be focus-wise, so let's just start over with that as well. Why not? Why not just start over with all of it tonight, huh? Kind of feel like we need to. Then we'll take another look at our Texan. That was our autograph hit for the Texans. Here comes the nice Eli Manning to 25. And if the guy would just go ahead and retire, you know what? It would help our card values, wouldn't it? The longer he plays, the worse it seems to get for Eli these days. Next up, it is Gaines Adams for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is numbered to 175. You've got a relic and an autograph there with it. Then we have Lawrence Maroney, that one numbered to 99. You definitely can see some chipping all along that bottom edge and those bottom corners. Those that is a relic, of course, for the Patriots. Then we have a Deuce McAllister relic for the Saints. Deuce is numbered to 75. That's a little thicker card than our other cards here in Upper Deck Premier. And then we have a manufactured patch. That's Jason Hill to 75. And it is for the Niners, San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to try again here and see if I get lucky enough that maybe YouTube will load. Alex Smith, also for the 49ers. That is numbered to 225 on the base card. We have an autograph of Garrett Wolfe to 99. That is for the Chicago Bears. Yeah, still will not let me log in there at all to my own channel. Just keeps saying error, error. And this is a redemption, which, boy, I can't read that at all. It's very faded, as I'm sure you can see. Let me try again. I'm going to get this up closer to my face and see if I can make this out. And, boy, I really can't. Something that ends in son. Something that ends in S-O-N. Oh, you know what? It's LaDainian Tomlinson. It's LaDainian Tomlinson. You can barely make it out there. But that's who it is, LaDainian Tomlinson. So that's a redemption for the Chargers. This is number 199. It's Kenny Irons for the Bengals. Guys, on the Upper Deck redemption, you know those are expired, of course. They don't actually redeem them anymore, but if you send them in, if you write, I think you have to write your name and address on them, you send them in, they'll put you in a drawing. They tend to do those like once a year. and then you'll have a chance to potentially be drawn out and get another card of some sort. That is numbered to 99. It is Vince Young and the Titans. And here we have Tony Hunt for the Philadelphia Eagles. It is also numbered to 75. And then a manufactured patch, Greg Olson, Chicago Bears, to 75. So to recap, we have a LaDainian Tomlinson extremely faded redemption for the Chargers that will also be expired, as I mentioned a moment ago. Manufactured patch for the Bears, a relic for the Eagles, the Vince Young relic for the Titans, autograph and relic hit for the Bengals, the Bears with an autograph, a manufactured patch for the 49ers, a relic for the Saints, then the Patriots have a relic. We have an autograph and a relic coming out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a nice Eli Manning to 25 for the Giants. And then we have, of course, for the Texans, an autograph. So that's our 2 boxes of Upper Deck Premier. And I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to try again on both mobile, YouTube, and our other to see if it will happen to let me in there yet. I gotta think this is some kind of a YouTube error because I've never, ever in my life seen this happen before. So this is kind of crazy. But let's see. I'm just going to kind of keep going, and I'm going to keep trying as we go along. And hopefully you all are able to see it. And it's just some weirdness with my iPad. I don't know. But it is once again telling me that I have an error message for I don't know what reason. All right, well, onward and upward, we shall go along, I guess, here, and hope for the best. So we're going to be moving next into Impeccable Football Full Case Break is our next up. And I guess we better take a look at our shipping information again, because I don't know at this point what you all are able to see or not able to see either. So some of you may be jumping in and out as well. I'm not sure. So here is our anticipated shipping dates one more time. So that tells you basically our free shipping break that we just completed. I'm anticipating to get out the door on or about Monday the 22nd. And that's just, you know, free shipping stuff pretty much always. I project out 6 or 7 days after an auction ends. And then, of course, our paid shipping breaks that we're getting ready to get started on, those will go out roughly Saturday. If I can get them out to you sooner than that, I certainly will. Every once in a while, something might happen and something would go off the rails. It might be a day later and end up falling to Monday, but I'm hopeful for Saturday. And of course, as always, consolation cards, if you're in the free shipping break, are typically held until your next package ships unless you request otherwise. And for the paid shipping breaks, if you're due a consolation card there, meaning you did not pull a single card in your break, then your consolation card would just simply ship with the rest of the break on the paid breaks. We are coming up into a full case of 2018 Impeccable Football. This is a 3-box case. This is break number 3. Once again, we have our team names on the left. Our winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. And for those of you who may have jumped in late, if you are trying to reach out to me right now on chat, I unfortunately cannot see chat. YouTube will not even let me get into my own channel at the moment. It keeps giving me an error message, and I am not sure if it is specific to me, i.e. my particular device is having some kind of a crisis, because it is an older iPad, so it could be that, or if it is a YouTube in general thing, or what is going on. So I just decided to move onward with the breaks with the hope that you can see it. Just understand that right now I can't chat because I can't see it. I keep periodically reaching over there and trying to reload it to see if we can figure out what's going on with it. In the meantime, of course, I am recording all of this locally as we always do. So there is a complete uncut record of it that I will upload tonight as soon as the break is over. That, of course, just the little blank filler cards. That's to make sure it's all the same height. Because, of course, one of our boxes is going to have that nice card with an ingot in it. And it would be a little higher than all the rest. So all these little blank filler cards Their job is to fill up that space and make everything the same height. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. It's really weird to not be able to chat with you, I'll tell you that. I'm very used to chatting with each of you. Or not, I guess not each of you, because not everybody chats with me every night. But a lot of you chat with me at night, and I miss seeing you guys, talking to you. So hopefully YouTube's going to come along and cooperate with me shortly here. One can only hope. All right, so Impeccable, of course, you probably know. All of our cards in here are numbered, even the base cards. And we always have lots of nice hits in Impeccable. It's a lot of fun to open every time. And, of course, we'll have one card. We'll save it till the end. That will be an ingot. And it will either be silver or gold. I think most of the time we pull silver, but we did recently pull a gold one. I think it was in a basketball break, actually, that we pulled the gold one. So our base cards here, Emmanuel Sanders to 25 for the Broncos. Then for the Redskins, I have Chris Thompson to 25. LaShawn McCoy to 75 for the Buffalo Bills. Donta Foreman to 75 for the Texans. Devontae Adams to 25 for the Packers. For the Browns, it's Jarvis Landry, bless him, to 10. Ryan Tannehill to 25, Dolphins. Keenan Allen to 75, Chargers. So those are our base cards out of all three packs out of the way. Now we're ready to start taking a look at our hits. It's a parade of hits coming our way. Clay Matthews and the Packers. That's numbered to 25. Bo Scarborough, that is numbered to 49 for the Dallas Cowboys. Did you all see the new, there's a commercial, I think it was, oh gosh, it's Call of Duty maybe. And you know, Clay Matthews has been getting all those roughing the passer penalties that everybody thinks are just crazy, like they shouldn't be called on him. Quentin Nelson, that is numbered to 75 for the Colts. And so in this commercial, he's like, it's like a Call of Duty guy, but with his head. And everything he does, they call a roughing penalty on him. So he's like running through a field, and they call it roughing the cabbage. And he runs through water, and they say roughing the water. It's really funny. Brian Dawkins for the Eagles. That is numbered to 49. You've got a relic and a signature there. Andrew Luck, baby. Oh, yeah, that is nice. That is numbered to 5 with the Andrew Luck hard-signed autograph for the Colts. I am loving that, let me tell you. That is really nice. Then we have for the Vikings, Mike Hughes, Minnesota Vikings. That's numbered to 75. P. Ryan, last year's rookie. Whoops, wrong sleeve. Last year's rookie, Mr. P. Ryan, makes an appearance for the Washington Redskins, numbered to 25. Nice 3-color patch, hard-signed autograph. Greg Olson and the Panthers, that is numbered to 15. Man, that is like right on the edge of being an incredibly awesome patch, because that I think is the whiskers maybe of the Panther, like just a hair over, you know, just a little scooch, and we would have had a tremendous patch, but that's still nice. My man Vita Vea coming out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, numbered to 75. Jalen Samuels, my Pittsburgh Steelers, numbered to 25, and those are nice patches. A lot of times the Steelers, we just get plain black. So to have 2 patches, both of them with some yellow. That one looks like maybe part of a number or a letter. Nice hit there with the Jalen Samuels. Troy Fumagalli to 49 for the Broncos. Gronk, Mr. Tide Pod seller himself, Rob Gronkowski to 15. Another nice signature in here. Hard signed 2-color autograph. Patriots with a good hit. Fran Tarkenton for the Vikings. This has been a nice case. This is numbered to 49. Got the Andrew Luck, the Gronkowski, the Tarkenton. Definitely a good case so far. Nick Chubb comes out for the Browns. That's numbered to 15. That's very possibly the best Browns patch I've ever seen. And I don't even think that's off of the uniform. I think that's like off of a glove or a shoe or something, which is probably why it's the best one we've seen, right? Yeah, because there's, the uniforms are like not exactly what I would call exciting. They're brown with the occasional stripe. But Nick Chubb to 15 there for the Browns. Kansas City Chiefs hit with Travis Kelce, the do-everything tight end for Kansas City. That is numbered to 10. Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. Oh, Ravens, look at that. That is handsome, isn't it? It is numbered to 75 with Lamar Jackson coming out. So let's, we've got still the ingot card to open. Then we will recap. I'm going to take a second here and I'm going to try again to see if maybe YouTube will load the channel for me. Oh, did it? Did it really? Oh, hot dog. I think we might be making progress. Oh, boy. YouTube might be my friend. Oh, nice. It finally loaded. Oh, isn't life good? Okay, YouTube, I can see chat, guys. Finally, I can see chat. I don't know what's going on. My iPad or if it was YouTube in general, but something was not going properly. And I kept logging in and out and messing around. And finally, I've got it. So thank goodness I can see chat at last. Amen. Hallelujah. So our ingot is Derek Carr for the Raiders. It is numbered to 15. So let's go ahead here and recap our impeccable football. And I'm going to celebrate a little bit because I'm going to tell you I did not think I was going to get chat up tonight at all. I don't know what in the world was going on there. Okay, so here we go to recap. We have a silver ingot, Derek Carr for the Raiders. That is numbered to 15. This was really a pretty nice case. I'm pretty happy with most of what we got out of here. That is P. Ryan to 25 for the Redskins. Mike Hughes to 75 for the Vikings. The really nice Andrew Luck, numbered to 5 for the Colts. This is why we love impeccable. Brian Dawson for the Eagles to 49, relic, 3-color relic and autograph. The Quentin Nelson to 75 for the Colts. Bo Scarborough to 49 for the Cowboys. Clay Matthews to 25 for the Packers. Next out, Gronk, baby, numbered to 15. So when he's not busy selling Tide Pods, he does sign a few cards here and there. That's one of them for the Patriots. Denver Broncos to 49, Troy Fumagalli. The nice 2-color patches there for Jalen Samuels. And the Steelers to 25, Vita Vea to 75, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Greg Olsen to 15 for the Carolina Panthers. After that, we have Lamar Jackson to 75 for the Ravens. Travis Kelce with a nice hit, numbered to 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. A couple of very nice patches, numbered to 15 for Nick Chubb and the Browns. And then the Vikings hit with Fran Tarkenton. So that has impeccable football in the books. So so guys, it wasn't just me then. Okay, because I thought it was, honestly, you guys know my iPad is old and it's cranky and it really does not always agree with what I want it to do. I thought it was my iPad that was stalling and freezing up and not letting me into the channel and just kept giving me all these weird error messages. So I rebooted the iPad and I logged in, I logged out, a bunch of times I couldn't see chat. And then finally I was just like, well, I guess you guys probably, I thought were seeing it. And I'm like, well, they don't want to just sit here and listen to me logging in and out. So I went ahead and got started and then just periodically kept checking. And all of a sudden there it was in loaded chat. So it sounds like maybe it wasn't just my iPad being stupid. It sounds like that it was perhaps YouTube having some kind of strange issue. So in that case, many of you, maybe all of you, have not yet seen this. So Upper Deck Premiere that we already broke was the free shipping break tonight Free shipping stuff projected to go out on Monday the 22nd. That stuff's pretty much always free breaks projected to go out 6 or 7 days after a break ends. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, Impeccable that we just finished, Gold Label and Chrome that we're just getting ready to start. Hoping to get out the door on Saturday. As always, if I can get it out to you faster, I will. If something goes off the rails, it could go a day later and end up being Monday, but hopeful for Saturday. In any of the breaks tonight, if you get skunked, you don't hit anything at all, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. I track it for a rolling 90-day period. If you were in the free shipping break, what happens is this. I usually just hang on to those consolation cards and then I send them all the next time you have a package shipping. But if you don't want to wait and you're in that free shipping break, you'd like to have it sent sooner, just send me a message on eBay, let me know, and I'll have you taken care of. If you get skunked in one of the paid shipping breaks, of course I will send out your consolation card or cards when the rest of the break ships. So this is going to bring us into a 16-box case of 2018 Gold Label Baseball. This is a full case break. It is break number 3, as everything else was as well. This ended tonight, Tuesday night, the 16th. And team names, of course, are on the left. Winning bidders are across from it. They're on the right-hand side. And I think we did have some unpaid teams in here, guys. And I'm just going to check in here and tell you, I'm going to see if there's any that we need to resell. If you'll give me a second, I'm going to try to get myself logged in to check that out. Honestly, I should have checked it before Impeccable because there might have been some there too, but I was so distracted by the fact that I could not get into chat and I kept getting an error message and all that, that I kind of maybe didn't do my entire due diligence there because I was so busy trying to get myself sorted out. Let me give me 1 second. I'm going to try to get back in there and take a look at that real quickly. Live Music Junkie, it was, you're talking about the card with the ingot, right? It was Derek Carr and the Raiders. That was in, you're talking about the Impeccable recap we just did, right? I'm thinking. It was Derek Carr and the Raiders, if that's the one you are asking me about. Okay, guys, so let's see. What is left here? So, yeah, I probably did get myself stuck there with a team. It looks like an Impeccable, so that'll cost me a little money. Then we do have potentially a team here in maybe Bowman Chrome. We'll wait and see how that shakes out, but we are paid up, it looks like, in Gold Label, so we are ready to go ahead and move forward with that break. And Ben Rudd, there won't, you know, this is locally recorded, so of course you'll be able to, there won't be any pause in that. It records locally to my laptop at the same time that we stream, so the full break in its entirety will absolutely, you'll be able to see anything and everything that you want to see, because it was, the local recording doesn't have anything to do with YouTube, really. In other words, I could do a local recording here and post it to YouTube without, even if I had no internet. Well, I wouldn't be able to post it without any internet, but I could record it without any internet. So in other words, there won't be any interruption to that at all. So, and of course we did, I think you were on here, Ben Rudd, and you saw the recap there we did of Impeccable and all that too, but we should be absolutely fine with the recorded stuff, so shouldn't have any playback issues at all. Now, whatever YouTube does, you know, they have their archived version. Now, who the heck knows what their archived version is going to look like? That could be a hot mess of stuff. Who knows? Because, again, I thought this was probably an issue on my side, not necessarily that it was an entire YouTube thing. I thought it was a my iPad might be dead thing. And so I will just go ahead and upload this tonight as soon as we finish it. And then that way no one has to rely on whatever the YouTube archived version is in case it's something funky. Because I really have no idea if it's going to be funky or not. It could be, but it might not be. I don't really know. Because I could definitely see that I was live. I mean, that much it would show live, but then every time I would try to click on it, it would then give me some kind of weird error message if I tried to go into my specific channel. And so I'm like, okay, that's super weird. I'm like, I don't know. Well, you'll hear it when you watch the break. I'm like, you know, just talking like I normally do, as if you guys could hear me, because I didn't know if you could or if you couldn't. So you'll hear all the many steps that I went through there in the beginning trying to figure out what in the heck was going on with it. But anyway, it will all be there locally recorded, backed up. Because I never, ever, ever, unless something like crazy happens, I would never do a break without having it recorded locally to my laptop simultaneously. Because you never know. I mean, right? Anything could happen. Okay, so see, you can't get your tablet to work either then, Jay Allen. So it was, you know, that was what I was thinking. I'm like, it's something with my tablet. But I don't know. Who knows what they're doing over there. All right, so gold label. We have got, of course, loads of base cards in here. We'll find a handful of numbered as well. That one is a Class 1 numbered to 150. As you probably know, these have Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3. Class 3, of course, being the harder to pull than a Class 1 or a Class 2. And some of those, depending on if it's a numbered parallel and a Class 3 in the player and etc., but some of those can be worth a little money even if they're not autographed. So just bear that in mind as we go along, that sometimes you can make a little money that way from gold label. First box gives us a hit of Chris Stratton, and that is for the Giants. Yeah, Latchman, we definitely had some kind of YouTube issues for sure. That's what we were talking about there. I did not know if it was YouTube or just my personal iPad that was giving me problems. So I didn't really know one way or the other, and I just kept trying to get it to come back on the iPad. Eventually it did, and then I could see chat. But for the first part of the break, of course, I could not. But it sounds like you guys couldn't get in there to chat anyway for the first part of the break. So once again, I will be uploading the break as soon as we finish tonight, because I don't know what the YouTube archived version is going to look like. I don't know if it will show it from the beginning or if it won't. I have no idea. But the recorded part that I did will definitely, of course, when I upload that, we'll have the full break start to finish, because it doesn't have anything to do with YouTube. Well, it does have to do with it after I upload it, but the recorded part doesn't have to do with them. Number to 150, that is a Class 1 Max Scherzer for the Nationals. And that lower corner feels a little, it is. You can actually see it. It's a little bent right there on that lower left corner. There's a bit of a crease in it, which I did not see, but I felt. Then obviously, upon closer inspection, we saw it. But yeah, so that, a little imperfection down there, lower left corner on that card. Here's our case hit relic, and it is out for the White Sox. It's numbered to 75, and it's Frank Thomas. Were there any Bengals? There was a Brown. I don't remember if there were Bengals. I don't offhand remember if there was a Bengal in Impeccable, but I cannot tell you 100% for certain that there wasn't. But I don't offhand remember Bengals if you're talking about Impeccable. But I don't know if you're talking about Impeccable or if you are talking about Upper Deck Premier. Jack Flaherty, that is the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm trying, guys, those of you who were logged in when we did Impeccable and we did the recap of Impeccable, does anybody remember seeing a Bengal in there? I know there was a Brown. There were Steelers, there were Vikings, there were Ravens. There was a Colt. There were Cowboys, Eagles, maybe Eagles. Ooh, I'm not 100% sure about Eagles. I don't remember Bengals, but that's not to say there weren't any. But I don't offhand remember them, Josh. But of course, again, guys, I will post this immediately after we finish the break tonight. I will post it all up there. I will not wait till tomorrow. I'll set up and babysit it tonight until it finishes. This is numbered to 50. It's Roberto Clemente and the Pirates. So that way you don't have to rely on the YouTube archive version in case it was weird tonight. I don't know if it's going to be weird or not, but we know the uploaded version will be fine. That is numbered to 75. It's Eric Hosmer and the Padres. Oh, Jay Allen, you started after we were in the recap. Okay, so I wasn't sure who might have remembered, who might have been logged in and remembered on that one or not. Christian Yelich, that is numbered to 75. The Brewers are looking increasingly like they might make it to the World Series, aren't they? I mean, the Dodgers have not been playing all that well. The Brewers, on the other hand, have been. And Christian Yelich has been, man, what a bargain for those guys in the trade, right? The Marlins lost, the Brewers gain for sure. Kid's been great all throughout the playoffs. Let's get our big cards out of the way. Martin, you said you do an update on the App Store. So is that the problem then? There was some kind of update that had to be done. Okay. So you said you were able to go from, you were watching it on the PlayStation 4, and then you did an update and you were able to watch it on the tablet. So maybe that's it. Maybe I was supposed to have done an update that I didn't do. And then I guess after, maybe after I restarted the iPad and got logged, maybe that started, because my stuff's supposed to automatically update on my iPad. But if it didn't, maybe that prompted it to auto-update, perhaps, after I turned it off and back on. And maybe that's why I eventually got it back up, but couldn't originally. Perhaps. I don't know. That's super weird, but maybe that's it then. So that is, you know what? Somebody should plan that stuff better. If that's the case, like they're gonna just like break the playback with an update. Maybe they should tell us to update it like right there on the screen or something. Stupid YouTube. Walker Buehler, that is numbered to 150. It is a blue parallel for the Dodgers. It was Class 1. And our autograph hit here is a very nice Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Jay Ellen, you said you didn't have an update. Okay, so it must not be tied then entirely to an update. I don't know. It was just super strange, guys. I've never really seen it. I've seen YouTube do a lot of things. I mean, it has kicked me out before in the middle of a break. It has frozen up and not let me start a break. It has, you know, failed to initiate a stream. I've dropped frame rates. I mean, over the years, I've seen, the last couple of years, since we've been able to live stream on YouTube, I've seen it do all kinds of things. But I had never seen it do what it did tonight. It was just odd, which is why I thought it was probably something to do with my specific stuff. But apparently it affected everybody. This is the Indians. It is numbered to 150. It's Corey Kluber, Class 1 blue parallel. This is numbered to 99. It is a Class 2 Mark McGwire for the Cardinals. Little St. Louis Cardinals action there. Our autograph hit comes out for the Braves. It's Max Fried. DD Good Sport, the 2007 Upper Deck Premier has already broken. That was actually first up tonight. And then Impeccable Football was behind that. We are in Gold Label Baseball at the moment. And then we've still got Bowman Chrome left to go. But DD Good Sport, I am going to be uploading the break as soon as we finish up tonight, because I don't know if the YouTube archived version is going to be error-free or not. We were having some YouTube issues apparently at the beginning of the evening. So just know that it will, you know, however long it takes it to upload, and then YouTube does whatever they call processing. So I don't know. I would say I would hope within an hour or two after the break is over, it should be uploaded. I would like to think less than that, but I don't know, really. Because most of the time I do it the next day when I'm sitting down to start prepping stuff, because then I can just have it running in the background and kind of keep an eye on it if it locks up or something, which occasionally it does. So I don't usually walk off and leave it, but tonight I will set and I'll keep a closer eye on it then. This is numbered 250. It is a Class 3 Zach Greinke Diamondbacks. And then we have for the Red Sox, it is numbered to 99, Chris Sale. That is the Class 2 Blue Parallel. Oh, Jay Allen, I'm sorry. He says he's over hearing me say that you have to wait for the replay. I'm sorry about that, man. People are just, you know, they're jumping in and out, and I'm kind of trying to keep everybody informed of what the circumstances are. But for sure, I know it can be frustrating hearing it over and over. That is numbered to 50. It is Alex Verdugo and the Dodgers. But I do appreciate your patience with that, guys, and apologies for the repetition, but obviously we've got unusual circumstances tonight. Well, if we can get the pack open, we'll just go back and do it the old-fashioned way. Sometimes I think that's faster anyway. All right, guys, we are... Now, I thought we were going to be at the halfway point, but we're not, are we? Because there's 3, 6, there's 9 still back there. Look at that. I can't even count. So we're not... I was getting ready to say, after this box, we're at the halfway point. But guess what? No, I cannot apparently count, and we are not quite yet to the halfway point, but we will be soon. Very soon. Colorado Rockies, that is numbered to 25. It is a Class 2 Ryan McMahon. Your little rookie coming out of there. I'm sorry, that was Class 3. I said 2, didn't I? That's Class 3. See, I told you I couldn't count. And that even says 3 right on it. It's just one of those nights, you know, when stuff gets off track, out of my normal rhythm, it kind of just gets the whole everything out of whack a little bit. Dwight Gooden comes out for the Mets. If you got the Mets, you know what? I like that hit. I know a lot of times people prefer to get the young rookies, and they don't have as much appreciation sometimes for the veteran guys, unless it's somebody tremendous, you know, like Sandy Koufax or something. But I like Dwight Gooden. I think if you're a Mets fan, that probably makes you fairly happy, one would hope. One thing I did learn tonight, I have got to memorize my YouTube password. I don't know it. I couldn't remember it. So, you know, as I was trying to log in and out and all the stuff I was doing with the iPad, I had to go get the password because I couldn't remember it. Isn't that awful? As much as I'm on YouTube, you would think I would know it, but I don't, because it usually just remembers it. So, yeah, that's a good lesson for me. Memorize my YouTube password would be a good course of action for the week, I think. Might make things a little easier if we have a similar circumstance in the future. The Yankees have a Class 1 Severino to 75 red parallel. And of course, you know, I have Password Manager too, but not on my tablet. I have it on my computer, and that's great. I never have to remember any passwords because my Password Manager just pre-fills it. That's numbered to 99. It's a Class 2 Scott Kingery for the Phillies. And that's kind of my downfall, because I probably, once upon a time, I probably had all my passwords memorized, and then along came Password Manager, and it's like, oh, I don't have to remember them anymore. Well, there's a nice low number hit. It is numbered to 25. It's Tampa Bay Rays and Anthony Banda. Now we are at our halfway point. We have opened 8 boxes, and we have 8 boxes here left to go. So we're halfway through Gold Label. But you know, I think it's kind of like, oh, we might have a redemption in here. I don't feel anything that feels like our framed pack. So I bet we have a redemption in here. But it's kind of like, you know, once upon a time, this is going to tell my age, but once upon a time, everybody had all their phone numbers memorized, right? Because at least the ones you called very often, because there wasn't such a thing as cell phones. I know this shocks those of you who are young and watching. You're like, wait, what? There was a time without cell phones? But yes, in fact, there was. And you had to just know all those phone numbers. Or you had to carry them around in a little address phone book thing that you carried around with you. So I used to be really good about memorizing all that stuff. But like the rest of the world, we store our lives in our cell phones now. Numbered to 75, there's George Brett and the Kansas City Royals. So there is a time I probably would have known and had memorized passwords for things, but that's long, long ago. Not these days. Numbered to 25, it's Barry Larkin for my Cincinnati Reds. Jay Allen, you said you'd prefer to get some of the better all-time great players. Well, you're like me in that sense then. I like getting that sort of stuff myself. And you also said you just saw a tweet go out from one of the, quote, big YouTubers. And he said, and he mentioned YouTube being down. Yeah, so we figured that out the hard way, though, didn't we? Redemption. We're going to leave it face down until we get to the end of the break. Then we'll flip it over and check it out, along with any others that we might find. That will be, this is what, our third, is this our third case? I think it's our third case of Gold Label. And it is the first redemption that we've pulled. So I don't know if that's good news or bad news, because I don't know who the possible redemptions are in Gold Label, because we haven't pulled any yet. But, of course, you just naturally would assume Ohtani would be a redemption because he has been in everything else. I would assume that probably Acuna would be redemption because he has been with everything else. And I don't know beyond that who else it could possibly... I don't even know that it could possibly be them. I'm just thinking about in recent products who we've seen a lot in redemption form. This is numbered to 150. It's Mookie Betts for the Boston Red Sox, Class 1, who whipped up on the Astros tonight, didn't they? Oh, Jackie Bradley Jr., baby. Bases loaded. Home run grand slam. Broke that bad boy wide open. Manny Machado to 99, Orioles. But of course, you know, I mean, what were they doing with the bases loaded anyway, right? I mean, the pitcher hits 2 batters in a row. I mean, he walked a run in and then bases loaded. So bases loaded, hits a batter, so walks a run in. That's the second batter that he had hit, by the way. First batter is the one that loaded the bases. And then Jackie Bradley Jr. playing cleanup. Austin Meadows and the Pirates. Austin Meadows is numbered to 75. I guess I have not yet gone across those 3. Now we have oh, Martin, you said the Dodgers game is all tied up. I'm assuming you're talking about the Dodgers game tied up at 1-1, huh? All right. We'll see how that shakes out tonight. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Brewers are looking increasingly like they may end up headed to the World Series. And you know Major League Baseball doesn't want that to happen. Because, you know, the Brewers are technically considered a small market team. And they like big market teams to go to the World Series, of course, from revenue and interest standpoints. But I don't know. I think the Brewers are probably going to get there. Which I like the Dodgers, as you well know. So that kind of bums me out a little. But yet, on the other hand, the Brewers are a lot of fun to watch. And so I got no problem with it going either way, I guess. You said a 1998 Upper Deck Series 3 Rookie Edition Baseball Hobby Box. Would that be a good buy? Who would you be looking for in there? Tell me who you're hunting for, which card you're hunting for. And I could do a little research. I don't know it off the top of my head. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that would be huge in there, but maybe. That's numbered to 75. It's a Cody Bellinger Class 1. Gary Sanchez, that is numbered to 50. It's a Class 2. But I'm just not sure on that one. I would have to know specifically what rookie you're looking for. And then I guess we'd have to double check and make sure he's in Series 3, although I guess you probably have already checked that out, or you wouldn't be looking at that product. Chance Sisco comes out, Baltimore Orioles. But a lot of those older Upper Deck products are pretty cool. I mean, they're nice looking cards, but they were also very mass produced. So it's harder on some of that stuff to really make an impact. I mean, you know, most of those things. Well, yeah, Jay Allen's kind of typing in the same thing right now. Most of that 90s product isn't worth a whole lot. I mean, there are some things you could pull out of it, but it was definitely a much more mass-produced product, and it was before we were really in the revolution of having all the autographs and relics and stuff like that. It's just kind of a dead spot in the hobby, sort of. Not entirely, obviously, because there were still rookies in there that you could chase, but it's certainly a vastly different landscape than the older years and then the current years. So it's kind of an interesting decade for cards. Maybe that's the way I should say it. We have not done Bowman yet. You might not have been logged in here earlier when I ran down our order that we're breaking tonight, but we certainly didn't skip it. We actually don't ever skip any breaks that we're due to on any given night. We do every single one of them when they're scheduled to be done, and it will be coming up next. This is numbered to 50. It is a Class 2 Mike Trout for the Angels. Jay Allen, see, I was kind of trying to be delicate there. Jay Allen's like, no, the 90s is the junk wax era. I was trying to kind of be nice there, man. But yeah, I mean, for sure, there are still some rookies in there you could maybe do something with, but they're not going to be, it's just not going to have the same value as older cards or newer cards, however you want to look at it. It is Travis Shaw and the Milwaukee Brewers. But that having been said, Latchman, if there's a particular rookie that you're looking for from 1998, just, you know, drop me a line, let me know who it is, and I can kind of give you some guidance as to what products you could go in search of where you might potentially have some value for whichever rookie it is. So, kind of, if you want to do that, I'm happy to look at it from the value perspective once I know who the player is, and I can say, hey, try this or try that or whatever. We can kind of go into it backwards, if you will. All right. We are, what is this? Box number, what? 12? 13. 13, I guess. Yeah, we're in box 13 of 16 here in Gold Label. This is a blue parallel Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. And that was, I believe, a Class 1 that we saw going by right there. Base cards, couple more, and our hit, oh man, it's for my Cincinnati Reds. You all know it makes me happy to see my Reds. That is Luis Castillo for Cincy. Yes, indeed. Now, see, I keep thinking that I don't know what my deal is. I keep thinking I've cut the plastic on the rest of them, and then you go to grab it, and guess what? I haven't. All right, we are making good progress tonight, all things considered. Considering YouTube did us no favors early in the evening, we are still yet making good progress. Of course, coming up after this will be our case of Bowman Chrome, and that is the final break of the night. The Bowman Chrome, not this. A blue parallel for the Indians. That is Corey Kluber, Class 2. Oh, goodness. Class 2, numbered to 99. Alrighty, we've got, don't forget, we've got a redemption we've got to flip over too. So even when we're done, we're going to not quite be done. Well, back-to-back Reds. Tyler Mahle comes out. That is super unusual to get back-to-back Reds out of Gold Label. Well, really, it's kind of unusual to get back-to-back Reds out of anything, let's face it. Let's face it, my Reds have been cellar dwellers for so many years. I don't think, although you would think maybe then, like, Topps would be able to get them all to sign for cheap, right? But I don't guess it works that way, so don't find nearly as many of my Cincinnati Reds normally. Oh, Latchman, you said you stopped collecting in the 90s. Yeah, I think a lot of us did. You know, there's so many people that come into the breaks, and you're in the exact same boat that I was in and that so many others are in. You know, we collected up to a point, and then it was just kind of like, and everybody sort of simultaneously lost interest. At least, I don't know if you're around my age range or not, but I do know people that are similar in my age range kind of have done the same thing that you're talking about, that I'm talking about. And then I came back around into the sport several years ago, and then discovered breaking, and then took off from there. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people, you know, because there was that point in time where I think we were all just kind of like, we stepped away from it. The cards weren't as interesting. We were all, you know, trying to make a living and buy a house and start a family. And I think we all kind of backburnered it. And then when you get to a certain age, a certain point, you think, and you kind of come back around into it. This is Mejia. It is numbered to 150. It is a class 1 for the Indians. And Latchman, you were saying this is your first year back and you're thinking about things for your grandson who's 5. So like if he just likes to open cards, then yeah, I would get some of that kind of stuff, you know, some of the stuff that's not very expensive from probably the 90s, and just let him have at it and open them and have fun with them. That's a class 3 Austin Hayes. It is numbered to 50 for the Orioles. But I definitely, of course, you know, at 5, you certainly don't want to turn over any high value type stuff to him for sure. But if he just likes to open them and has fun tearing them out of the packs and stuff, absolutely buy some of that older stuff and hand it off, and he can go crazy with it. Chris Davis for the Oakland A's. All right, guys, we are last box mojo. We've got to collectively work it here and try to pull some fire out of this one. Because our fire's either got to come from here or it's got to come from that redemption. Because while we've had some things that I like okay in here, I mean, I like the Dwight Gooden and a couple things. The Aaron, we have an Aaron Nola? I think we did. So we've had some things in here I like. But we haven't had a big bombs away hit. So let's see if we can't conjure it out of here. Jay Allen, you said that the junk wax ran you off. I know. I mean, I think that's, you know, just what happened to so many people. Everything just, there was that really extended period of time where there just wasn't a lot of value in it. And it was beyond the part where the chase was fun, and then it wasn't yet to the point where you had things of high value. It was just a period of, well, I mean, not a great time for cards. So, and then it took a while for everybody to find their way back, at least, again, in my case, and seems to be some, you know, people in my age range that have been, you know, kind of along the same lines. This is Barry Larkin to 75, Cincinnati Reds, Class 1. Oh, you think the redemption is D.D. Gregorius? Okay, you usually, I think you watch a lot, don't you, Desiree? You watch a lot of breaks, if I'm remembering correctly, and you are often pretty spot on with your predictions about who the redemptions are. So we might be wise to listen to your counsel on that one. Ozzie Smith, that is numbered to 150. It's a Class 1 for the Cardinals. Our last live in the product hit is Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. We have a redemption to flip over. We'll take a look back through our hits. And, of course, after we look at the redemption, you know I'm going to go to the website. You know we're going to verify it. We're almost certainly going to know the team before we go there. But yet, that's just how I roll. So there you go. Jay Allen says it's going to be Ryan McMahon. Desiree says it's going to be D.D. Gregorius. So let's find out. Let's see who's right here. Neither one. None of the above. It is Lewis Brinson. So, how about that? I would not have figured Lewis Brinson to be a redemption. Like, you would think he would, you know, have time to sign some stuff. Was that mean? That was mean, wasn't it? I shouldn't say he should have time to sign some stuff. All right, let's go over here to the Topps website, and what am I in? Gold label. So Let's get Mr. Lewis Brinson all nice and verified. Card set is just framed autograph card. So we should just be able to buzz right down here and find the man. And right there he is, Miami Marlins. And all ready to go for the Lewis Brinson. Of course, you know, the Topps website doesn't give us what it's going to be numbered to, unlike the Panini website. It's one of the things that I think Panini does better is their website. Martin says it was a little mean. Why, no, but really, like, you know, he's got some free time. So, Lewis Brinson redemption for the Marlins. That's one of our framed autographs. We're just doing a quick pass through here of our numbered cards as we go along. Of course, the red are numbered to 25. The blue can be numbered to 99, to 50, or to 150, but I'm sure you can see the numbers on those as they go by. I won't torture you with reading each one of them off again. Now we need to take a look through our framed autographs here, and that will wrap up Gold Label, and it will then be rolling us into a little Topps Chrome, or Bowman Chrome. Why am I saying Topps Chrome? Probably because I found some Topps Chrome over the weekend that I didn't really remember that I had. So we will be doing some more Topps Chrome breaks. This is our case hit relic. It was Frank Thomas and the White Sox. Back to our framed cards. Philip, we have broken impeccable football already. Yes, sir, we have. We are getting ready to go into our last break of the night, which is our case of Bowman Chrome. But give me 1 second, guys. I need to get reorganized slightly over here in the sorting mat area so that I have room for Bowman Chrome. So give me 1 second here to get some of that squared away. And then we'll bring up the spreadsheet and then bring up the case of Bowman Chrome and get cracking on that. All right, there's our case. Let's get our spreadsheet information up and running here again. If I can get myself on the right page, that might be helpful. And then I can get you on the right page if I get myself there first, I think. There we go. And here you are coming along behind me. So for anyone who might have missed it, if you were not tuned in earlier, if you did not see this or hear me talking about it, please take a minute and look at the information that you see there on your screen right now, because it does give you an anticipated shipping date. And it also talks to you a little bit about consolation cards and how that works if you happen to get skunked in the break tonight, which I hope that you don't, but that's how that works. David, YouTube doesn't have anything to do with it. I mean, they do, but they don't. My breaks are always recorded locally. So they're right here on my laptop. Obviously, I can't upload it right now because we're still in the middle of it. But once the break concludes, I will happily get that uploaded right away to YouTube, and you will be able to watch it in full as soon as it gets uploaded. So that'll take a little bit of time. Obviously, we've got to finish the break, and then it will take me a period of time to be able to then work through and get the upload done. And we do potentially, guys, have an unsold team, or there is an unpaid team in here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. So we'll take a look again at that in a moment. But this is a 12-box case of 2018 Bowman Chrome. It is a full case break. It is break number 7. And actually, YouTube did come back during Impeccable, too, by the way. Just so when YouTube does its archived version of the break, because, you know, there's always the version that YouTube saves and posts, and then there's the version that I upload from my laptop. It will probably have the Impeccable break on the YouTube version. It actually showed that I was streaming the whole time. I just couldn't get my channel page to load. So I'm not sure what the YouTube archive version will show. but it should have impeccable, I imagine, because people were back in chat, myself included, by the time we were recapping impeccable. But nonetheless, as I said, I will absolutely stop and upload the break tonight. After we finish, we'll get it uploaded, and you'll be able to see it all right there from start to finish, including all of my crazy talking to myself while I was trying to figure out if it was my iPad or YouTube or what in the heck was going on, because I really did not know. So so be forewarned, there's some of that craziness at the beginning too, but anyway, the important thing is we got it all sorted out and squared away. Before I cut into any boxes here, I do want to double check on something, guys. I have an unpaid team in here. It's kind of a high dollar one. And what I need to do is, I don't offhand, I think I recognize the name, but I'm trying to see if I've got bidding history or if this person has a lot of bidding history with me. So bear with me here for a moment, please, if you don't mind. And I'll determine whether or not this team needs to be resold as soon as the page will load. It's all about pages not loading tonight, isn't it? Everything's giving me grief. Come on, man. Okay. Oh, I see what the deal is. Yeah, this is somebody who is overseas. That's what it is. So it's somebody who's overseas, and I think they're in a completely different time zone, and I believe that's the problem, most likely. All right, so we will go ahead and I will hold that team for him, because I think it's a time zone issue, most likely, that tonight. So Bowman Chrome. If you haven't opened it before, then where have you been? No, I'm just kidding. If you haven't opened it before, here's how it works. It is 2 mini boxes and 1 out of each master box. So we've got 12 master boxes, which is 24 mini boxes. Each mini box has an autograph in it. And that's all just a really long way to say that the worst part of the thing that takes the longest with this break is simply getting everything out of the packaging. They could do us some favors and maybe have a few less things to open, and we'd be able to knock out Bowman Chrome a little faster, but they're not going to do it. They like to do it this way. Makes their retail hobby shops happy. So that's how it rolls. So in here, of course, as I said, we'll have 1 autograph per mini box. And what else? We're going to have a lot of numbered parallels to look forward to. There will be quite a few inserts as well. And our inserts are primarily going to refract. We will take a look at those, of course, as we go along. I'll kind of highlight them the first time that we go through and see them, and then you'll know what to look for. So this, of course, is a regular refractor. It's all of these are going to be numbered to 499. So when they refract and there's just basic like that, there's no other colors with it, you can expect that to be to 499. Here's our autograph hit out of this box, and that would be Alex Wells. First Bowman refractor, 499 Orioles. And then we'll find this is, that particular card, of course, is Corbin Burns for the Brewers, but this Peaks of Potential is an insert series that we're going to find throughout Bowman Chrome, and each of those inserts will refract. Ditto for the Arizona Fall League. That entire insert set also refracts. This is a Peaks of Potential, but guess what? It's to 150. It's a little atomic refractor for the White Sox. So we've got a little numbering on that one. Make it special. Here's Green Shimmer. Any of our green is going to be numbered to 99, whether it is shimmer or whether it is not. Some cards, purple, for instance, is numbered one way with shimmer and one way without shimmer. Most of the rest of our cards, the numbering will be the same based on the color, whether it is shimmer or not, generally speaking. Oh, Emmett fan, I just now looked over and I saw you were asking what team. Yeah, I actually, obviously, I decided not to resell that team. It is someone who has bid with me before, and they are an international bidder, and I believe that they simply, probably time-wise, I mean, it's probably like the middle of the night for them or something. So I just let it ride. I thought I recognized the name, but for some reason the username wasn't catching up with me, so I don't know. But anyway, I did double check it and decide to hold it for him. That is for the Miami Marlins. It is Joe Denand for our autograph hit out of this mini box. Another Peaks of Potential, Arizona Fall League. I mean, you kind of know the deal with those now. Oh, I forgot to mention this, though. It is a Bowman Sterling continuity. We find one per master box on average. That one is the nice prospect for the Yankees, Florial. But we should find a handful, of course, of our Bowman Sterlings. 12 if they fall one per master, which usually they do. There's not always, I guess, one per master, but often. Nice to see some gold early in the evening. It is Kyle Funkhauser. That is to 50 for the Detroit Tigers. Anytime you see gold, it will be to 50. All right, so Master Box 1 is completed. We'll be probably finishing up a little later than normal tonight because it was a bit of a slow start with all of the mess happening there with crazy YouTube stuff going on. So any score update on the Dodgers-Brewers game, guys? Are we still all knotted up at 1-1? If anybody still has it on. Tell you what, let's just go ahead and get the whole master box out of the packs, and then we can just get all the packs out of the way first, and then we won't have as much interruption. We can look at both sets at once. Alrighty, here we go. This is Tampa Bay Rays. It is Kevin Kiermaier. That is a refractor numbered to 499. Then we have a little blue making an appearance for the Marlins. It's Guzman, first Bowman to 150. Anytime you see that blue, you can kind of plan on that being to 150. Yeah, I think even the blue shimmer is also to 150. I had to think about that a minute. Kansas City Royals. That is a first Bowman for Trevor Oakes. Peaks of Potential. Arizona Fall League. The other night, apparently, I had an Arizona Fall League card. I said the Arizona Diamondbacks League or something. Like, I don't know. You just see Arizona and it just kind of, doesn't it automatically just pop out Diamondbacks? And Aaron Judge Bowman Sterling continuity. So both of our Bowman Sterlings so far have been for the Yankees. Yeah, but you got to give them something since they've gone home already this year, right? Oh, I know that was a low blow, wasn't it? And I actually even like the Yankees, so I don't know why I said that. I'm just mean tonight, I guess. Jose Ramirez, that is a purple numbered to 250. Here's green shimmer to 99, Astros, Yordan Alvarez. That's a nice hit. First Bowman to 99, green shimmer. Yeah, I like that for the Astros. Of course, that's always the interesting thing about Bowman, though, right? I mean, we think we know what the good hits are going to be, but we might not really. Sometimes the players we think are going to be good don't pan out, and the players we're not planning on turn out to be dynamite, we find out a few years down the road. Logan Shore, that is numbered to 655. So Purple Shimmer, guys, is always going to be to 655 in here, whereas our straight up purple that doesn't have the shimmer will be numbered to 250. That's one of the few that you have a variation on, shimmer versus non-shimmer. It is still tied. Okay. Martin says that Jordan Alvarez, that green shimmer that we just pulled, he says he thinks that's about a $600 card. I wasn't really sure what the value was on it. I would have honestly thought a little bit less than that, but certainly it's a good hit without question. I wouldn't have really said, I probably wouldn't have said 600. I probably would have thought more 4 to 5, but either way, it's a nice hit if you've got the Astros. What's a nice hit whether or not you have the Astros, just you'll be happy about it, I guess, if you have the Astros. Maybe not as much if you don't. You saw a gold sell for 900, huh? Okay. Well, of course, gold being the 50, so that's a pretty healthy shot there for the gold as well. Oh, it was gold shimmer. Okay. I think gold shimmer is also to 50 though in here. I think the only difference, or the only difference I remember, and we've opened a lot of this, the only difference I remember is in purple. Shimmer versus non. Kevin Maytan. Charlie Blackman, Colorado Rockies. That is green refractor to 99. Ryan Helsey. And that is St. Louis Cardinals. We did pull an Ohtani gold out of here a couple cases back, and I believe that one is going for around 1,700. Last someone told me. So yeah, I guess so. If the Ohtani gold's at 1,700, I could see Jordan being. Still that seems high to me. I mean, even though he's a good prospect, that still seems high. But hey, go for it. If you can get it, get it. To 655 purple shimmer for the A's. It's always so hard to know what to do with the prospects. Like, you assume they're going to be really good, and if they are, and then you've sold it low when they're young, you feel, oh man, why'd I do that? This is Edwin Rios, first Bowman for the Dodgers. And then, you know, on the flip side, if they're selling high when they're young and then they don't really develop the way we think they're going to, and then by the time they hit the big leagues, their price is a lot lower, then we're always like, man, why'd I do that? Why didn't I sell it before? It's so hard to gauge. We've all been there with Bowman, I imagine. A Ramos Bowman Sterling continuity, San Francisco Giants. Refractor Pirates, Austin Meadows, 499. I believe I have maybe one more case of Bowman Chrome Hobby left. One or two. But I don't have any more of it listed yet, so I'll have to get that up fairly soon, I guess. But we do have, I think, some Bowman Chrome HTAs still yet to go, in addition to a little more hobby. Many of you know that break with me a lot. You know I always load up on the Bowman stuff because that's my favorite part of the hobby. Prospecting is my absolute favorite part. So I always buy as much Bowman as I can get my hands on, typically. Oh yeah, Martin, I told you for sure we would get the HTAs broken somewhere along the way. I just like to do all of one and then all of the other one. I've always been that way. I just prefer it like that. I don't like mixing them in and out, like here's some HTA, here's some hobby, here's some back and forth. Because, I don't know, I guess in the past I've had people get confused by it, and then it's like, oh, that's just like one extra headache I don't need to have that I can prevent. That is Reese Hoskins to 250 for the Phillies with a purple parallel. Because, you know, there are so many people who apparently don't read on eBay. That is the Mets, and it is a refractor numbered to 499. That, you know, these people that, like, just somehow look at the picture and, like, don't read the title or the condition or the description or anything. So I figure, yeah, why tempt fate and flip back and forth? William Contreras, that is a first Bowman for the Atlanta Braves. So I tend to just, whichever one I start with, I just tend to break through all of those, and then I switch off to the other one. And that's typically how I do. That's really how I do anything when I have hobby and jumbo. I usually will do all of one and then all of the other one. Shohei Ohtani. That is a Bowman Sterling continuity for the Angels. Yeah, I could have sold those HTAs for a lot of money. I have no idea what they're going for now, but right after it came out, of course, all of it was going for pretty good money, but particularly the HTAs. But, ooh, I see a 1 of 1 coming. But that's just not how I roll. I like to break it, so. How about that? A little Superfractor 1 of 1 for the Marlins, huh? It is Starlin Castro. How about that? Handsome 1 of 1 Superfractor. Indeed. Not too shabby if you've got the Marlins. They were not at all expensive tonight. So, good ROI on that one. Tomas coming out for the Mets. That is the green parallel numbered to 99. Yeah, I've got a little HTA down there I might open myself too. I've got some set aside that I got like a half case of loose boxes in addition to the sealed cases that I got. Monte Harrison, Purple Shimmer to 655 Marlins. And I haven't decided yet what I want to do with those. If I'm going to, those I might open myself, but the sealed cases we'll break those. I'm not going to open like a whole bunch of cases myself. I'd like to. It would be fun. I would enjoy it, but I won't do it. And they're so easy to open too. The temptation is always to do the HTA first and Bowman Chrome. And when you get to like Bowman Draft, oh, it's the opposite. You know, because the Super Jumbo is so many cards. I'm always dreading it. I always think, oh, I'll do that one last. But you never know. Just always takes so long to do some of those, and like the jumbos out of series 1 and series 2 and update, So Jeff Beat's going to be here before too long. It actually originally would have been out this week. And, of course, you guys know Topps moved the release date of almost everything in September and October. So we haven't hit it yet, but it's right around the corner. Giancarlo Stanton, that's to 150, the blue parallel for the Yankees. Then we have the Tampa Bay Rays. That is numbered to 99. It's Justin Williams in a green parallel. Texas Rangers, Kyle Cody, first Bowman. Yeah, so who else? That's always an interesting question for me. So those of you who are live in chat right now, how many of you think of first Bowman as being the true rookie card? And how many of you think of the one that actually will have the rookie card designation on it after they're called up as the true rookie card? Horia comes out for the Brewers on our Bowman Sterling continuity. I always find that to be an interesting question because you will often find it equally split. Like half the people will think one way, half the people will think another. However, being that this is a Bowman break, maybe it'll swing a little differently. But normally, I'd say it's about half and half. Ahmed Rosario, green parallel Mets, numbered to 99. But that one, of course, didn't have any ink on it. But this does. Oh, yeah, it does. The Boston Red Sox. That is Antony Flores. Nice orange parallel to 25. First Bowman autograph. And I put it in the wrong sleeve. Daggone it. All right, let's try that again. See, Martin is in the camp that it has to say RC on it. So Martin thinks if it doesn't say rookie card on it, it's not the rookie card. So he falls into what I would call the traditional camp. But yet there are those who would argue to the end of the day with you that first Bowman is the true rookie card. So I always am interested to get feedback on what people think about that. For the Miami Marlins, it's Diaz. That is a green shimmer to 99. Seems like the Marlins have pulled a lot of color tonight, haven't they? I mean, they definitely, obviously, they have the 101 Superfractor, but I think they have a lot of other color in here, too. Seems like they do anyway. So, Martin, how are things in your neck of the woods? What kind of weather are you having? It is cold here. I mean, just it went to flat out cold. Like, had to go unhook the hose kind of cold instantly. Oh, for sure, Martin. The first Bowman. The first Bowman is really just the first card that's produced for that player that is licensed, right? The first licensed card. Because Topps, who of course produces Bowman, they're the only ones that have the official MLB license. Now you can license things through the Players Association and individual players and things like that. But it is a first Bowman will be the first officially licensed trading card of any particular player. And yes, they are going to be prospects when they get the first Bowman. Or, as you say, still in the minors. Same as, yes. So they can't have the rookie card designation on them until they get called up. And it all has to do with how many games and how many innings. And ultimately, even Major League Baseball gets involved, I think, and says which ones you can call rookies here and which ones you can call rookies there. It's numbered to 499. It's Mookie Betts and the Red Sox. Then for the Diamondbacks, we have Christian Robinson. First Bowman to 250, purple parallel. Like, for instance, if you think about Victor Robles, right? He was expected to be called up for the Nationals. His rookie cards have been in all year long, but guess what? He was injured when the Nationals made their call up, so who came up instead? Juan Soto. Yeah. But all year long, we've had Victor Robles, but he really ain't going to get called up till next year. So sometimes there's some wiggle room in there, for lack of a better way to say it. Seth Romero, Nationals to 499 with a refractor and an autograph. Well, CK Emmett fan, often the first Bowman will bring the most money, but again, there's whole subsets of collectors who think of the one that has the rookie card designation on it as the true rookie card, and those people aren't interested in the first Bowman no matter what. So that's what I'm saying. That's where it gets interesting, and it's almost always, you know, split. Half the people will say absolutely it's first Bowman, and the other half will say no, it is not. To 655, it is Chris Torres, purple shimmer for the Marlins. But yeah, there are definitely people that will, you know, argue that point until the end of time, that first Bowman is the only one that should matter. Varsho to 499, refractor for the Diamondbacks, and that was a first Bowman there for Dalton. The Indians hit with Connor Capel. Martin, you said it's cold over here and not as cold as over there. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. Oh, so Emma fan, you agree then. So you and Martin are in agreement that if it doesn't say RC on it, then it's not the rookie card. Yeah, I mean, I kind of tend to... I see both sides of it, you know? I mean, definitely, I think, obviously, the true, officially recognized rookie card is going to be the one that says RC on it. Franklin Perez is our Bowman Sterling continuity for the Tigers. But I also will willingly concede the fact that the first Bowman might be the more important card of the two. So... But some people will not, you know, only want to collect them once they're called up. And some people only want to collect them when they're prospects and aren't interested in what happens after they get called up. And some people collect both. So, you know, kind of goes either way. Like for me, I'm always interested in both. But let's say that you said to me you can only choose one or the other. You can only choose the prospecting or you can only choose the current year. I would always choose the prospecting. But really, I like them both. But the prospecting, if I had to make a choice, that's what I would do. Because to me, that's more playing the long game. It's more like playing the stock market. It's kind of like drafting them in a fantasy league in a way, you know? As you kind of look through them and decide, okay, this one I should sell now, this one I should keep, this one I should grade, this one I should, you know, give to my next door neighbor, that sort of thing. So that's the part I think is challenging but fun. Is the figuring out, the projecting, what's going to happen over the next 4 or 5 years. Detroit Tigers, if I can get it in there, that is purple to 250. It is Bo Burrows. Atlanta Braves again, Brett Cumberland. Whoops, hang on. Stuck to the back there, we had Cecil Sanchez. Trying to hitch a ride there he was. There's an Atlanta Braves Acuna Arizona Fall League insert. Our Bowman Sterling continuity is Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. The New York Yankees. Well, there's a nice rookie for the Yankees. It's Miguel Andujar, and numbered to 499 with a little refractor there. Oh, right behind it, we've got a first Bowman Garcia refractor to 499 for the Nats. Purple Alex Wells to 250, Baltimore Orioles. Purple Shimmer, Kyle Funkhauser, Detroit Tigers, 655. Corey, it is definitely late tonight. We had a lot of breaks going tonight, and then, of course, we had a little hiccup with YouTube earlier, which made things a little slower still yet. So yeah, we are rolling a little late through for a weeknight, for a school night, work night, whatever you want to call it. We are a little later than normal, that's for sure. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Latchman says, hey, I think they're missing Seattle and San Francisco. We saw didn't we see some Giants go through for you all ago? Didn't we see Ramos go through? We saw him in something. Maybe it wasn't an autograph. Maybe it was in one of the parallels. But we saw Ramos, I'm pretty sure, go through for your Giants in one form or another. Now, the Mariners, I haven't seen a lot of Mariners tonight, I'll grant you that. I mean, there are Mariners in here, of course, and I'm sure we've seen cards go by for them, but thinking about color and autographs, yeah, I don't know if we've hit any color or autographs for the Mariners. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, Corey, YouTube had some kind of weirdness tonight. Who knows what it was. I thought it was something maybe just on my end, because I thought it was my iPad, honestly. Poor iPad, you know, I give it grief lots of nights, and that's because I really do need to replace it, and I think I will when Black Friday rolls around. But I kind of thought it was probably something on my end, so I just kept like reloading it and rebooting it and trucking right along, and then eventually I was able to get chat and everything loaded, and then that's when I discovered that everyone had issues with YouTube the early part of the evening. So I guess the whole server was kind of going crazy or something. I don't know. The Colorado Rockies hit with a refractor to 499. That is Brian Mundell. Have I seen a Hunter Green yet? In here, oh boy, I don't know. We've broken so much stuff lately. We definitely had Hunter Green a bunch in high tech. Help me out, guys. Have we seen a Hunter Green anywhere in here? Or was it all in high tech? I honestly am not sure if we've seen Hunter Green in here. I know we had him in high tech, and I don't remember if we've had him in here. It's possible, but I could not swear to you one way or the other. Devers, that is Red Sox Bowman Sterling continuity. Corey, you said you hit Hunter Green in another break, but you haven't seen him coming out a lot. Yeah, Hunter Green is not one, guys, that you're going to see come out super often in general, at least not at this stage. They're kind of keeping him pretty... Oh, here's another. We've got back-to-back redemptions. That whole master box was redemptions. Yeah, they're not flooding the market with Hunter Greens right now, that's for sure. Rhys Hoskins and the Phillies to 499 with that refractor. We have the White Sox here. That is Zach Collins to 250 with a purple parallel. What did you ask me about the peaks of potential? You asked me, were you asking me a question about one of the peaks of potential? I keep those stacked out separate, so if you were, I can grab it again and find whatever it was there's a question about without it being too difficult, I think. I do normally try to stack the inserts separately for that purpose in case somebody needs to go back and look at one. For the Pirates, it's Lolo Sanchez. That is Purple Shimmer, first Bowman, 655. All right, so here we've got two redemptions, guys. You know the drill. They're going to stay right there. They're going to stay upside down up there in that corner until the end of the break. And then we're going to flip them over one right after the other. We'll probably know exactly where they go, but we will still go to the Topps checklist and verify the team because that's just how I do it. That's just how we go with it. Alrighty. Yeah, there was a first Bowman. There absolutely is a first Bowman Hunter Green in Bowman High Tech. For sure there is. We pulled it. It was a redemption, but there's absolutely a first Bowman parallel for him in High Tech. Martin, are you telling us what the redemptions are going to be? Did you get a look at one when I was flipping them over? I didn't. I legitimately did not peek at either one of them, so I don't know who either one of them are, but it sounds like maybe you do. Yes, you got to look at one? Okay. All right, then. You got good eyes, then. This is the Pirates. It's Josh Bell to 499. Washington Nationals, Garcia, first Bowman, 499, refractor. And that's an Arizona Fall League. That was a Mariner on that Arizona Fall League, by the way. Here's Garcia again, Purple Shimmer, first Bowman, 655, Nationals. We're making a dent in it. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Yeah, Martin must have really good eyes because I didn't even get a peek at that one when I flipped it over. So, yeah, Martin's on it, man. This is the 499. It's Justin Williams, Tampa Bay Rays. But honestly, I try not to look at them before I flip them over and show them to you guys because I kind of like having them there at the end as well. And there came a third one that went by us as well. I kind of like to be surprised by them myself, generally speaking. There's Royce Lewis, Bowman Sterling continuity for the Twins. Little Minnesota Twins action. Oh, Martin says he didn't see that one. Okay. That one, that one got by you. All right, then. Yeah, there have been other breaks, too, where somebody will say, oh, that redemption was a such and such. And I'm thinking, man, you got good eyes. You saw that quickly because I didn't even see it. But then again, I'm not always necessarily looking to see it either. As I said, I kind of like to be surprised by them, so I don't peek at them either. Just figure it's at least something that gives us a little bit of hope there towards the end of the break. So if you haven't hit what you're looking for, you can still think, hey man, I've got a shot right up there. So that's the way I like to look at it anyway. Well, if I can get the stack picked up, we might be doing all right. Oh, there's my man, Russell Wilson. I love that. That's to 250 for the Yankees. We pulled the orange Russell Wilson the other day, and it just, like, made me so happy. I don't know why. It just does. For the Orioles, it's Alex Wells, first Bowman. Too bad he can't really play regular season. I'm surprised, honestly, that the Seahawks even let him do spring training. But they did. So it's kind of cool that he got a card out of it. Our Bowman Sterling continuity headed to the Braves, Ozzy Albies. We have a blue Walker Buehler, Dodgers, to 150. Who's pitching tonight? Is Buehler pitching tonight, by the way? That is a Red Sox. It is to 499, Cole Brannon. Kansas City Royals hit Chris DeVito, first Bowman. A purple shimmer for the Brewers to 655. It is Ortiz. Two boxes left. Well, two master boxes. Two master boxes and 3 redemptions, to be specific. Corey, you heading out? All right, man. We will see you the next time. Thank you for stopping by and saying hey. Hill started the game tonight. Huh, all right. Well, Walker did not pitch very well his last game. I think that's an understatement. But I think he will redeem himself when he gets back on the mound, which should be shortly, soon, I would imagine. Because he's been so good all year, but man, he really was not at all good that last game. I guess they've all had nights like that. I mean, Chris Sale even had a night like that recently. Everybody except Justin Verlander. He doesn't seem to have any nights like that. You're also looking for some Reds and some Cubs, huh? You're happy with your White Sox, and then you want some Reds and some Cubs. Well, we'll see what we can find here in these last 2 boxes for you. Abreu for the Yankees. Blue parallel to 150. Dodgers, Dustin May. His hair always kind of freaks me out because it doesn't look like it should be attached to his head, does it? I mean, it looks like there's something behind his head in the picture. It doesn't look like that should be his hair. I don't know why. It's just the way the hat's placed on there or something. It always kind of makes me laugh when I see that card because of his hair. Or the placement of his hair in the photograph is what I guess I'm trying to say. Mike Trout, Bowman Sterling, continuity, Angels. And that was that Ramos again? I think that was Ramos again on your Peaks of Potential. Yeah, it was for the Giants. Corey, you said Oh, you're leaving for doctor's appointments. You've got doctor's appointments the next couple of days in town. Well, I hope they give you some good news. Yeah, I don't blame you. I would not be looking forward to a 6-hour one-way drive either, man. Like, especially not with a bad back. You're right. Riding in a car would be like not fun for that situation. So, well, I don't envy you that, Corey, but I hope you have safe travels anyway. Hunter Renfro to 250 Padres. Well, we have an autograph on a Peaks of Potential. You guys know I like to get our inserts. And you know what? Well, first of all, it's numbered to 99. But secondly, it's actually on the card. A lot of times when they're on the inserts with Topps or Bowman, they're stickers. But this one isn't. It's Jimenez for the Mets to 99. Peaks of Potential autograph. Well, that's kind of cool. I always get a little thrill out of the insert autographs. I don't know why. I just like them. There's a cubby. Brendan Little. Purple Shimmer. 655. The big 655. All right, last box mojo time, kids. So now is the time to collectively work it. Let's see if we can't pull something big out of here. Oh, you meant you have the Red Sox. Gotcha. And then you said a few White Sox for that owner's okay too. See, that's nice. That's nice of you. I just had the wrong socks. I don't know why I thought you were White Sox. I guess I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. I somehow just did. Martin's on it. He already called Last Box Mojo. He already knows it's the time. It's the time to work it, work it. We have had just the one orange. I believe that is correct. Of course, we do recap at the end of the break all of the autographs and the color, so you will get another shot at looking at them for your viewing pleasure. As soon as we get through the last box, we'll flip our redemptions, verify our redemptions, and then we'll start our recap. But to the best of my knowledge, I should say the best of my recollection, I think we've only had the one orange tonight. Now, I will freely admit that sometimes my poor feeble brain will not always remember every single thing that we've seen, especially when I've done a lot of breaks in one night and sorted a lot of cards in the afternoon. But I think just the one orange so far. Unless there's one in here. Of course, we've done whole cases with no orange before too, so you never know. Never know where something's going to pop up. San Diego Padres, that is Austin Allen to 499 with a little refractor there. The Angels, barely coming out right near the end. It's not who you were after, though. But it might be. Might be in 3 or 4 years exactly who you want. It's Leonardo Rivas, first Bowman. That's the beauty of it. Today, you might be thinking, oh, man, I didn't do any good on this break because I didn't hit Ohtani, although you could still hit him in some of this. But then a couple years from now, you might be going, oh, man, that break was a steal because I hit Rivas in there on a first Bowman. Adam Hazley, Phillies, Bowman Sterling continuity. And that's the reason we all love our Bowman. Right there. Not Adam Hazley. The fact that the fact that you could potentially, find out a few years from now that you had good stuff you didn't know you had. Jake Lamb, that's to 250, Arizona Diamondbacks, purple parallel. Hi, Scott. How are you? You are asking me about Immaculate Basketball, right? That is tomorrow night, and of course we will do the spreadsheet rundown after we do the redemptions and the recap and all that. We'll put all the spreadsheet stuff up again for sure. But it does come out tomorrow. We should be breaking it tomorrow, yeah. So for the Boston Red Sox, it's Daniel Gonzalez, first Bowman. answering the bell there. Somebody asked for a Boston Red Sox, and there it came, right there out of that last box. But of course, we still have the potential to find a little more up there with our redemptions. For the Houston Astros, we have a purple shimmer, Kyle Tucker to 655. And one more peaks of potential there. And time to look at our redemptions. Woohoo! I'm going to set those there. Before we do that, though, let's get our recap set up. So we've got color and autographs. And I usually look through our Bowman Sterling just because there aren't very many of them. Let's flip our redemptions and see what's happening. Oh, you were working on Polo Boulevard tonight, huh? Off of Man of War? Yeah, all right. So you're cruising around Lexington again. Hey, did I tell you, Scott, or were you on here, rather, when we were talking about it the other night? Larry sold the card shop. So, yeah, somebody else owns it now. They were supposed to have officially taken over last Friday. Like, it came together really fast. So here's the one that Martin already saw, because he's got like some seriously good eyes, and he already saw that one. So we all already knew that was coming because he told us in chat. Next up, oh, well, all right, Joey Lucchesi, but it's a blue at least coming out there for the Padres. And then, oh, Joey again. What the what? Okay, two Joeys, one blue, one not. All right, well, anyway, there it is. So let's go to the Topps website and we will get those all verified and make them all official-like. But first I've got to get us on the right product because we were in a different checklist a minute ago. I got to get us back to Bowman Chrome. And what are these? Bowman Chrome Prospect Autographs is where we've got to go to. Not prospect, prospect autographs. Come on now. Continuity. Ah, here we go. All right, so Jonathan, where are you in here, Jonathan? So we can get you all nice and cleaned up. Right there is Jonathan. And now let's find, did I already go past? Oh, Joey's right above him. Perfect. Right there's Joey. So exactly as we would have anticipated, we're looking at the Padres times 2. One was the blue parallel, one was not. And then the Yankees. All right, so time to recap our break now. And then again, after we recap this, I will put up spreadsheet information one final time that'll show you anticipated shipping dates and all that. We'll take another pass through, a quick pass through what's going to be ending in the days ahead. And then, of course, as soon as we finish all of that and sign off for the night, I will immediately start the upload because I am aware that we had some YouTube issues at the start. But, of course, all this is locally recorded, so we shouldn't have any problems once it gets uploaded. You should be able to see it all straight through, no issues. Don't know what the YouTube archive version is going to look like, but the recorded version should be all happy and good to go. So those were our Bowman Sterling continuity cards that we just looked at. Next up, we're going to look through color. So purple shimmer, every time you see that is to 655. Every time you see purple without the shimmer, it's to 250. When you see a refractor with no color, it's to 499. You see blue, it's to 150. Eventually, we'll run across green. When you see green, whether it is shimmer or non-shimmer, green will be to 99. At some point, we're going to see a little gold. When we see gold, guess what? It's going to be numbered to 50 with or without shimmer. And there is a green to 99, followed by a few more green 99s. Oh, right, I forgot we had this. See, I'd already forgotten about this. That's a 1-of-1 superfractor for the Marlins with Starlin Castro, and I had already forgotten about it. We found it so far back. I'd already replaced it in my short-term memory with something else. How about that? That's why it's never safe to ask me what you've hit. Numbered to 50 on that one. Where's our orange one? Was our orange one an autograph? Yeah, it was. Okay. Like, wait a minute. I know we had orange. It's an autograph. That's why. Okay, so then we have a... Oh, Scott said the Mega Millions is like $650 million tonight. Wow. I meant to play it today, and I got busy, and I didn't get out and get a ticket. So, I kind of hope nobody hits it so I can play it for next time. But there you go. So that, a redemption for the Yankees, a redemption for the Padres in the blue parallel to 150. Another redemption, same player, Padres, no parallel on it. We have a Red Sox, an Angel, a Met, a Dodger, a Royal, an Oriole, National, Orioles to 250, Braves, Indians, Nationals to 499, the Red Sox to 25, the Texas Rangers, the Mets to 99, Braves, Dodgers, Cardinals, the Jordan Alvarez, that's a really nice hit for the Astros, green shimmer, first Bowman to 99, the Kansas City Royals, the Marlins, and then the Orioles with a first Bowman to 499 and Alex Wells. So Bowman Chrome is all wrapped up for tonight, but as promised, we are going to do a little spreadsheet stuff here. Let me just get, I'm going to put autofocus back on so we don't have to look at that blurry background since we don't need to worry about seeing anything up close right now. Let me get the spreadsheet set up and we'll get you flipped over to that. Latchman, you said how many cases of eminence were made. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, not a lot because it's a really expensive case, but I don't know exactly how many. I could ask my distributor and see if they tell us, but I don't know. So, all right, guys. So one more time, the free shipping break tonight, which was Upper Deck Premiere, the first thing that was started this evening, is anticipated to go out the door on or before Monday the 22nd. The free shipping stuff is pretty much always projected to go out about 7 days after an auction ends. If you got skunked in Upper Deck Premiere, your consolation card, which can be from any year in any series, typically I would hold on to until the next time you have a package shipping, and then I would just send any consolation cards you're due with that package. If you're in that free shipping break and you do not want to wait for that and you'd like that consolation card sent right away, just send me a message. Let me know. We'll get you taken care of. On our paid shipping breaks tonight, I am projecting those out the door on Saturday. If everything were to go super well, maybe a few of them get out on Friday. If something goes off the rails, it could possibly slide to Monday. But I'm hopeful that Saturday will be our shipping date for Impeccable, Gold Label, and Bowman Chrome. If you got skunked in any of those paid shipping breaks, any consolation cards you are due will be sent out with the rest of the break since, they were paid breaks. So that's how that works. Let me go ahead and put up our schedule of breaks coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, that's a new release night, of course, being Wednesday. We're going to start a little earlier than normal. We will begin at 9:30. It'll be a case of 5-star baseball followed by a case of immaculate basketball, and we'll wrap it up with a 16-box master case of Phoenix football. On Thursday, more 5-star, more immaculate, and more impeccable football. On Friday, a half case of mini helmets. It's the back half of a case we already started, and another 16-box master case of Phoenix football. Saturday night, we're not going to break. I'm going to start taking some nights off here for the next few months, trying to get caught up on some things so that I can start getting some of my end of the year stuff in order. And then on Sunday, we'll open a single Gold Rush autograph baseball jersey and a full case of Archive Signature Series Retired Edition and another full case of Gold Label baseball. So that's what we look like there in the days ahead. And unless somebody has something for me, that's probably going to wrap me up for tonight. Martin, you said you hit 12 autographs, six that were color and 6 that weren't, I'm guessing, out of the 12. So dang, Martin, you cleaned up, man. You must have had some good vibes tonight when you chose your teams. Congrats on that. It's nice break for you. Latchman, you said you were in a break and you ended up with the book and the box. Yeah, I haven't done any of those breaks of Kobe Eminence. It's just not one that I have really even thought about breaking, honestly. But I'm not sure how many cases they made of that. I don't even know if it says anywhere. I can certainly, ask a few questions and see if I can find anything out. But off the top of my head, I don't know the answer on Kobe Eminence. All right, Scott, we will definitely see you tomorrow. So, guys, I am out for tonight, and I will be starting the upload shortly. So just give it time to get uploaded and for YouTube to process it, and then you can go back and watch anything from the start of the evening that you might have missed, compliments of the YouTube glitch. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back at it tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll see some or all of you then. Bye now.